Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackwood of Blackwood's Brew. Happy Friday and welcome to the Pagan Housewife. Today we're going to talk about the temple garden. Now, if you are lucky enough to be able to reserve an outdoor spot that is specifically for worship and meditation, then you might as well make it special. No sense not to. This is the best possible spot to emphasize your chosen spiritual path, and you don't have to include anything you don't want to, or that doesn't relate to your spirituality, or that you just don't particularly care for. The only practicalities that you have to consider are the same usual suspects we've talked about all month. Do you have the proper conditions for the plants you want to use? What materials are required for your design, and is it within your budget? All that sort of thing, the dull, boring details. But beyond that, you have all the freedom you need to create a personal oasis that doesn't have to please anyone except for you, and hopefully your deities. And if you don't have a lot of space, or you can't do this, don't let those space constraints get you down. You don't need to have a large area in order to create a meaningful temple garden, nor does it have to be created all at once, or put an unwarranted strain on your budget. Stonehenge wasn't built in a day, neither was Uppsala, and certainly none of the temples that have been left to us by the Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, and other peoples around the world. So work with what you have, make the most of what you have. Next step, and this is the fun bit, seek inspiration. I've been seeing a lot of things on Pinterest and other internet searches that have been incredibly beautiful, and it's been a very fruitful search. Many of our pagan brethren have not only already created temple gardens, in their backyards, but they have even posted, pictures of their results publicly. And when I'm looking at them, it's not just the plants that they use, it's not just the structure, it's just the overall feeling. You just know that all these things put together have set this aside as a special spiritual place. So what you can do is create a vision board. Get all the pretties together, gaze upon these ideas that have already been tried, and journal what you think of them. What do you like? What do you not like? What do you think would be practical for your space? What is, just a pipe dream unless you suddenly up and move and have more space and money to work with? And then journal about what you hope to create for your own space. Take your time, get a solid idea of the effect that you're wanting to create before actually taking the plunge. And of course, make it personal. What are the symbols that have special meaning to you and your deities? Look for ways to incorporate them into the temple garden, and it doesn't necessarily have to be obvious. It could be a pattern that certain plants are planted in, or it could be, a tiny little touch here and there. And then, of course, are plants associated with your gods compatible with the growing conditions you have? And if not, have you looked into flowers and shrubs and trees that are similar to those plants, or are known to have similar magical properties? Take into account all of your needs about how you intend to use this space. Does it need to double as a working circle? Do you want a meditation space? And if you do you want that to be in a more secluded spot than the rest of the temple garden? Do you want a structure of some kind so it will be serviceable in more weather conditions? And of course, do your ideas make you feel happy? Would you feel drawn to go into the kind of space that you're envisioning? Would you want to worship there? Is this a place that you think would feel truly sacred? And of course, are you happy to leave offerings to your deities here? Can you see yourself working magic? Make sure that all of your hard work is aligned with your intentions and your needs. But beyond that, happy gardening! I hope this past month and with us discussing gardening ideas has provided you with some inspiration and motivation to make the most of what space you have, whether you're dealing with a window box or an area as large as a farm. Most of us are able to do something, even in the worst light conditions. We can at least probably have a houseplant that means something to us. I should know. Where I'm living at right now, most of my windows face west. I don't get a lot of natural light during the day, but for the past 2 years I have been able to allow an aloe plant to live, and it's still reasonably healthy, so that's not nothing. And if I can do it, I guarantee you have it within you to do it as well. So I would love to hear about any ideas, especially if someone thinks, oh, maybe I will create a special temple garden. I would love to hear all about it. I would love to see pictures. Leave your comments in the comments section below, and if you have pictures, please come to Blackbird's Brew and share what you've been able to create with us. If you haven't joined us already, there is a link to join in the description box below, so hopefully in the coming weeks and months there'll be lots of pictures to share, whether it's temple gardens or your vegetable garden, an orchard you planted, or new flower bed you put in. Whatever it is you've been doing, believe me, there's going to be someone there to ooh and ah over your efforts. But I think that is it for today. I will see you in the next one. Bye.